Welcome to the Immortal Recap channel. Today we are going to talk about another wonderful move called the Meg. So let's see how it goes. Jonas Taylor is a skilled diver who attempts to rescue a party of divers from a sunken submarine in the opening scene. Jonas is successful in bringing several of them aboard, including Drive Heller, but something begins to assault the sub fiercely. This compels Jonas to make the painful decision to abandon the submarine, despite Heller's protests, in order to avoid certain death. They flee just before the unknown thing destroys the submarine and vanishes. After 5 years. At Mana 1, an undersea research facility off China's coast. It is controlled by Zhang's daughter Suyin, remote explorer DJ, Jax Hurd, the aforementioned Drive Holler, Mac, Lori, Toshi, and The Wall, LaFour Dari Lofson, and is spearheaded by Jack Morris and Dr. Minwei Zhang, Winston Chow. They're doing an experiment at the ocean floor that involves employing a tiny submarine controlled by Lori, Tosh, and The Wall, to explore what's beneath. At first, everything appears to be normal, but the three is assaulted and stranded by something enormous and swift, forcing them to lose touch with Mana 1. They subsequently try to restore electricity, but are attacked again, and Lori is injured when a screwdriver is forced into her stomach. After considerable deliberation, the rest of the crew decides to follow Mac's advice and bring Jonas in to help rescue their trapped pals owing to his expertise rescuing individuals from such a deep, dangerous section of the ocean. Heller, on the other hand, believes Jonas went insane after his horrific encounter 5 years ago and does not accept Jonas's allegations that something attacked him and the divers he was attempting to save. Regardless, the strategy go forward. Unfortunately, Jonas has definitely seen better days, as he's been seen drinking regularly at a Taiwanese bar and irritating local boat owners who he keeps blowing off repairing their boats. Mac and Dr. Zhang visit Jonas in his room. Jonas first tries to get out of the situation by offering the two drinks and rebuffing any offers of money. He eventually agrees to come along and assist. Meanwhile, shortly after Jonas arrives, Suyin attempts to dive down and rescue the stranded crew herself in a mini-sub. Jonas rushes after her to assist, but not before assuring Suyin's small daughter Meiying that he will return her mother safely. Suyin swiftly locates the stranded sub and prepares to bring them up to the surface when she is attacked by a massive squid. Before her submarine is destroyed, the squid is promptly slain by the last attack's perpetrator, a 75-foot-long ancient giant shark known as a Megalodon. This shark is the same one Jonas met 5 years ago and nearly killed, demonstrating his sanity. Suyin escapes back to the surface after Jonas momentarily entices the shark away with some flares. He successfully transports Lori and The Wall in his car. However, the shark returns for another assault, and Toshi sacrifices himself so that the others may escape, shoving a goodbye note to his wife that he was writing earlier into The Wall's pocket. While everyone else is getting to safety, the shark rams the downed second sub, killing Toshi. Heller eventually apologizes to Jonas for failing to believe his accusations. The issue isn't ended yet, because the destruction of the sub has produced a temporary pocket of heat to vent upwards, allowing the shark to return to normal ocean conditions. While Jonas tries to flee while everyone else converses, Meiying is playing with an RC ball along the corridors but is startled by the shark's abrupt presence. After murdering a whale, the shark attempts to bite through the hull but fails. The crew eventually decides to chase down and poison the shark using a tiny boat. They first succeed in tracking it by having Jonas blast the tracker onto its fin and then pull him back in, narrowly missing being devoured by the shark. Suyin then enters a plastic tank to poison it, while the others use chum to draw the shark in. This results in a heated fight in which the shark attempts to devour the cage with woman within it whole. She poisons the shark, but her mask breaks and she almost drowns. Jonas dives in after her, and the shark almost devours them. Fortunately, the shark dies as a result of the poison. Suyin is brought back on board by Jonas, and she is revived. The group first celebrates by photographing The Wall with the shark's body before he falls into the ocean as a result of DJ's prank. However, Jonas notes that the shark's teeth are smaller than the one from previously. This was undoubtedly intended by a smaller, younger Megalodon that they murdered. Suddenly, the second larger shark from earlier appears, devouring the wall, hole and seizing the other Meg's carcass with its jaws off the boat. This forces the boat to capsize, severely injuring Drive Zhang in the process. The shark returns to try to devour Jax, but Heller sacrifices himself by diverting the shark's attention to him instead, and he is eaten. The remaining crew escapes on motorboats, and Morris summons a backup chopper to shoot at the shark, which is successfully chased away. Dr. Zhang, on the other hand, dies from his wounds aboard the boat, but not before saying heartfelt goodbyes to his daughter. Later that night, Morris informs the crew that Mana 1 is being shut down and that police from numerous Asian nations have been sent to deal with the shark. However, he was lying through his teeth, and he really requested modest military assistance to try to kill the shark on his own using depth charges dropped from the helicopter. He goes out in a boat with some others, and it appears to work at first, only to discover that they accidentally blew up and killed a whale, luring several nearby normal sharks to feast on its body. Morris is thrown from the retreating boat and attempts to climb the dead whale, only to be devoured whole by the shark. When the team learns that the shark is on its way to a popular beach in China, they devise a plan to entice the shark away from the shore with whale noise recordings before torpedoing it to hell with the mini-subs. Before momentarily frightening the villagers at the beach, the shark attacks a nearby Chinese wedding party on another boat and seems to eat the bride's dog Pippin. When it hears whale noises and accepts the bait, it stops attacking. This sparks a big pursuit between Jonas and the shark, as he leads it to Suyin, who fires a torpedo at it, but it has little effect. Worse, Jonas's torpedo will not launch. During the fight, a group of news helicopters filming the event collide, and the wreckage smashes into the team's boat, pushing everyone into the ocean. Suyin runs to assist the others, but Jonas, in an attempt to protect everyone, attacks the shark head-on, slicing its underbelly open with the sub. When the shark tries to maul the sub, he jumps out and stabs it through the eye, killing it. A swarm of ordinary sharks arrives to finish it off and eat it alive, thereby eliminating the menace. After the danger has gone, everyone gathers on board the bridal couple's boat, including Pippin the dog, who has survived. Jonas and Suyin are likely now a relationship, given their romance is alluded to throughout the film. The film concludes with everyone rejoicing in their win, and the waters are now secure. Thank you for staying with us. See you in the next episode. Remember to subscribe to our channel.